Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin for the indicator analysis and of course based on Elliott wave as well. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Drop your questions and comments below. I would be glad to answer it. Of course, accepting the financial advice. Legally, I am not allowed to answer it. For quick updates, follow me on X. The link is in the description below. So what we are looking on the 1 hour chart, starting just for the micro. Here we are looking, of course, after reaching some high where we are looking for a potential triple 1-2s, right? If you remember, this is your last one here, wave 1, and we are looking for a wave 2 to touch at least the 0.38 level. And we did this already in ABC. However, this has transformed, of course, to a WXY. I'm gonna explain. Because we were looking, of course, here for an impulse as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potentially, it has finished as a 4, 5 here. However, we cannot call it an impulse here. It's an ABC because your wave 4 has already interfered with your zone 1. Therefore, directly transforming this to A, B, and a C. So your wave C, your impulse has started from here internally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that also because your wave 4 is a very, very small or very short in time if you want to compare with the wave 2. Therefore, this is not an impulse. This is an A, B, and a C finished already there, and it did not took the low, of course, before for the wave W. And because here we have already ABC, and we are looking here also as an internal WXY because we only see a zigzag here, another zigzag, and another zigzag. Therefore, this is definitely a zigzag here. So we are looking for 3, 3, and then 3, right? So these are a structure, or this is a structure definitely for a WXY. And in that case scenario, I would say, have we bottomed for our wave 2? We cannot confirm this yet. Because, of course, by looking at all this, it can be, of course, as we mentioned yesterday, it might transform into a triangle correction where we are looking to an A, and then a B, and then a C, and then one wave zigzag as a D, and then one more wave as an E. Now, of course, it's not necessarily even to reach the very, very high prices here because the indicators doesn't really shows so much strength. I mean, of course, today for a Sunday. However, on the RSI, we are very, very close to the overbought area, where we are looking also on the 30-minute. We are already very deep in the overbought area as well for the 15-minute. Therefore, it might start to resist very, very strongly. As you can see, we went very deep inside it. And here we go on the 5-minute as well, is already in the green. And so definitely it's gonna be kind of like a zigzag and then moving down with another zigzag to finish a wave E. However, once we finish the wave E as a zigzag for a triangle, this of course is gonna finish our correction here, and we are looking of course for 1, 2, and then possibly continuation towards the upside. If it's not a 1, 2, of course there is a scenario before that we saw yesterday in our analysis where we are possibly looking for one more leg for our diagonal. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, because this last wave is still missing a leg towards the upside. So this might be the case scenario, of course. Now, if we break this trend line for a triangle already, and we take the high here for your wave B, where you are A, B, C, D, E, if we move higher, therefore this might transform to an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can say we have already bottomed as WXY, and we are looking for one more leg towards the upside. This is only a possible scenario, of course, for this, and of course the second is of course, if we reach higher than the diagonal level that we're gonna see in a few seconds, therefore I could say, of course, we might be in a very, very bullish scenario where we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's explain. Let's remove this micro analysis now, and then we move over. Let me just keep it inside the 15-minute chart. Here we go. So if we push our possibilities here, the possibilities are here we go, between bearish and bullish. And of course I have one more possibility, a new possibility that I didn't mention yesterday. It's very, very important to see it, because it's it creates some it creates some continuation for the other scenarios, especially for the bearish one. So starting on the bullish scenarios, where we are looking, of course, on the daily here, we are looking for a 100K wave 5. And in that case scenario, of course, you want to, of course, finish first a diagonal, because this is your last target for a diagonal. Higher than this, it will invalidate your diagonal, because your wave 5 cannot be longer than your wave 3. And reaching over this price 72,800, this might bring us to an invalidation for your diagonal. By all means, it doesn't mean, of course, that we are moving down. It means that, of course, we might be in a wave 3 towards the 1.618 fib level at 81,500. And of course, this scenario will be on once we confirm a finished correction in this zone. So let's look closer. If we finish a correction here as WXY, and we are looking, of course, for higher prices from now, of course, if you break this level, right, if you over it, then you are towards the 100K scenario. If we retrace towards the downside, that means, of course, your wave 1 has finished in the top here, right, for a diagonal, and then, of course, we are looking for lower prices. Now, before talking about this, of course, as we mentioned, that we need to make sure that we have finished a correction, and you have to make sure that you are not in a triangle first, right, A, B, C, D, E, and then moving up towards the upside. The other scenario that it could be, guys, the new scenario that is bearish in this case scenario, of course, that it is one more leg towards the downside as an impulse. And this because you might be in a contracting diagonal as well towards the downside, where you are looking for 1 and 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5. Where your wave 3 is also a zigzag, where you need already a zigzag here or an impulse, and then a correction, and then another impulse for your wave 3. And by all means, here I'm talking about this, where you are looking after, of course, is this correction for lower prices, because this might turn, of course, as we said, because of the highest resistance here, it might turn, of course, to ABC, and then moving down as A, B, and a C, right? And because, as I said, we touch here the 886, we might still looking for lower prices, and that might be the thing, right? And we did not really reach here as ABC, of course, for wave 2, definitely, but it has turned here as WXY without getting the low, right? Here, without getting the low. And then now it might turn into triangle. If not, then therefore, of course, there is a scenario, bearish scenario, where we are looking for one more leg towards the downside to finish a zigzag, and also a another zigzag here, and of course another zigzag there, and continuation, right? So this scenario would play a major role in our next prices, because this, if it has ended as contracting diagonal, it might end a wave 1 or a wave 8. If it has ended a wave 1, you are in 1, 2, then 3, 4, and a 5. And in that case scenario, it brings us to the big bearish scenario as wave W in a zigzag after expanding flat or running flat in an X. And by all means, you are looking to an A, B, and a C, a running flat A, B, and a C finished in diagonal, your wave C, but not taking the high. And a running flat, of course, is a reversal here in this case, and you want to seek for one more structure as a zigzag, triangle, or flat to finish, of course, a W, and then X, and then, of course, a Y here. And this scenario, of course, this contracting diagonal can be the start of this bigger scenario as a bearish scenario, of course. Now, if it is not a wave 1, it can be a wave A, where your wave A, of course, a contracting diagonal, and then B and a C towards the downside. And this scenario, of course, brings us to a finished diagonal towards the upside, where you have finished or topped here with your wave 1, and you are looking for A, B, and a C. Your wave A can be this contracting diagonal, and then you're looking for wave B, and then for an impulse for a wave C towards the downside. So these are the possibilities as well for the bearish, and of course this is a new possibility here that it might unfold, possibly, of course, in case we see lower prices, in case we take this low, definitely, therefore, we are in a contracting diagonal. If we don't take the low, therefore, of course, we have to move on with our WXY, and then, of course, with our triangle in that case, and, of course, moving up again. Yeah, so these are the things, guys. We're gonna see how it's gonna unfold step by step. Of course, the price is gonna tell us exactly what's gonna happen. Now, if we are looking at a very strong resistance here and we see lower prices, you want to check if you take the low again. If we take the low, then this first low. Therefore, of course, you are in a wave E, where you have finished A, B, C, D, and an E, and then you want to move towards higher prices. But you don't want to take the low, of course. If you take this low, therefore, directly, this is open for a contracting diagonal again. Therefore, we want to take this low again as well and go deeper for this fib level as the 0.886 minimum at 65,000, and then of course moving with a wave 4 here as contracting a diagonal, and then of course wave 2, and then continuation towards the upside. It could be wave B as well, don't forget, as ABC. Yeah, so this is a very, very interesting a possibility that it could be still on, guys. So be careful with it, and because of the resistance and the indicators that we're gonna see in this video, of course, it's gonna show us that it's not really strong to now get the high, to be honest. So just to let me be honest, we're gonna see what's going on. However, these are the possibilities, guys, between bearish and bullish. Of course, that is, I recapped as fast as I can. Of course, not detailed as a deep analysis. You can go back to the video of the deep analysis to check every single possibility in detail. Now let's look at the indicators, since this video is for the indicators, of course, starting with the volume here. Of course, the volume, it is very interesting to see, and it gives us some valuable information, which it can be very, very interesting. But to check it, the most interesting are on the 1 hour chart, of course. As you can see in the 1 hour chart, we are looking the highest amount of volume in this wave here exactly, where it tells us this is your wave 3. After this, you want to see a lower volume than your wave 3 to say that this is your wave 5. So on the 1 hour chart, it looks perfect as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. However, because we took the wave 4, took the wave 1 zone, therefore this is not an impulse anymore, and this is an A, B, and a C. Your impulse is internally here as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and looking at the time of the wave 4, is not relative, of course, with this wave 2. Therefore, of course, this is not belonging to this, right? This is an A, B, and this is a C. Your wave 1 is internally. So, yeah. And on the 4-hour chart, you can see only one high, of course, one high volume on this finished ABC. Tell us, of course, that this is a finished wave C, not an impulse as A, B, and a C, of course. And this turns it, of course, as W, and then X, and then Y. And by all means, we have finished a correction, possibly, right? But not possibly totally possible yet, because of course we still have a triangle to break to say that we have finished corrections. Otherwise, we might dive deeper. Now, let's see what are the possibilities here on the RSI. Now, the RSI is not really interesting, to be honest, this week, because it shows very, very neutral prices or very neutral potential. So on the 4-hour chart, if you look here, that is the path of the resistance is very matching the price, right? The path. I mean, here it's going high, high, and then down, and then up, and then down. So you cannot really find any conversions or divergences here. It's all the same. You can see even like a triangle on your RSI where the prices are consolidating here, A, B, C, D, E, almost the same path as the price action. And that is very, very neutral. Now, of course, on the 1-hour chart, we are very close to the overbought area on the 1-hour chart, which is tell us, of course, yeah, we might not take really the high or the high even, right? Because, yeah, we're very, very close to an overbought area where you are looking, of course, as well on the 30-minute here. Yeah, and we might even start to see a convergence here. So possibly, because if we take this on the 30-minute and we take this, here we go. We have started to see something, right? Like a convergence, and that might be a signal, guys, for yeah, a bearish prices a little bit here, because that is, yeah, it has started to unfold now. Okay. On the 15-minute chart as well, you can see, yeah, you can see this more clearly. You see green here, overbought. Yeah, so very, very possible that we are going into a bearish convergence here. We're gonna see how this is gonna unfold, but yeah, possibly we're, yeah, I doubt that we get the high. This is what I'm saying. But based on the RSI, right? And possibly that this is, of course, yeah, very, very possible that this is A, B, and a C, a correction here. It might be even A, and this is your correction, and then C, right? So A, and then B, and then C, right? Yeah, so this is what are the possibilities. Now, of course, we can see a little bit high to push higher with the RSI as well. It can still be until, yeah, we reach something with it. However, the RSI on the 1-hour and 4-hour chart is very, very neutral, showing as well consolidation for the prices where we might be into a triangle here. Next is the MACD. The MACD is interesting a little bit more than the RSI this week, because let's start from the monthly, guys. On the monthly, you can see that, of course, we are almost in the light colors, right, of the volume, where it shows us, of course, that this might turn into a bearish, right, as a monthly chart, where you are looking, of course, for lower prices, possibly. However, it doesn't mean that we cannot get a green candle, right, for a 1 month or 2 months is very, very possible as well, guys, since also the trend line did not close as a bearish cross yet, right, on the monthlies. Therefore, don't take this as, oh, this is totally bearish. It can still get some high volume and then move down, guys, okay? just to explain the monthly. On the weekly is very interesting. We are looking, if we dive deeper here a little bit, we are looking at a bullish cross for the weekly since the last week anyway. However, yeah, this might still be questionable, right? Might be questionable, but because it can range a little bit like this, nobody knows. Yeah, I mean, it's not very clear as well as very neutral, because on the daily you see totally the opposite. You see a bearish cross. This is your daily, and you're looking at a bearish cross here where you potentially finished even 2 waves towards the upside, already use this as a support. And yeah, because we are looking also at consolidation here and a triangle, so we don't know really what's gonna happen. I mean, after a triangle, you want to see higher prices if this is a triangle, but don't forget, if you get the low, therefore we are directly in contracting diagonal. So it is yeah, it is a very critical price action, guys, to transform between bearish and bullish. So be careful with it, of course. We're gonna see, of course, what's gonna happen, but this is not a nice signal as a bearish cross, of course, and looking for a very red volume, knowing that we are looking to 2 green candles, right? This is the difference. If you look at the candles, they are in green, but the volume is in red, right? So yeah, it's not really good thing. Also, if you look at the volume of the buyers, also it's shrinking down, the same as for the sellers. Therefore, again, neutrality and of course yeah, it's not really very clear signal, bullish or bearish, guys, right? We are simply consolidating. So these are the things. On the 4-hour chart for the MACD, yeah, of course, we are looking for a bullish cross here, possibly going up. However, don't forget that the trend is still, yeah, under the 0, so it might be used as a resistance. Don't forget it, since we also have a very overbought area, area on the RSI, so we might even shrink again for a bigger wave. And don't forget that we are already coming from a big wave from the upside, and we already dived a little bit deeper, and then yeah, using this as a resistance, as you can see, and it might resist again and move deeper this time, of course, for a wave, red wave towards the downside, possibly. Okay, guys, possibly. So on the 1-hour chart as well for the MACD, we see a break above. However, it's already, I mean, a big volume here. I mean, not big. Don't forget that it's shrinking. Yeah, the volume between buyers is shrinking, while here on the 1-hour chart, yeah, we see a little bit higher volume of sellers, right? So be careful with it, and that might means something, okay? Because if you look at this, right, yeah, the MACD tells us a little bit that the price action might be towards the downside regarding the volume of the sellers, right? So be careful with it. If we drop down, we might see a big wave, of course, towards the downside. Maybe talking with about this, this volume trend, that it might be a contracting diagonal, guys. All right, so these are the things for the 1-hour chart as well. Not really clear, to be honest, not really clear. However, of course, the most clearest always is I mean, I'm not saying that is the best indicator, but yeah, I developed this indicator and to give me a little bit much clearer signals, right? Where we are looking on the daily, we are still looking at a very strong area as sellers, right? And of course, after having some signals, strong signals as buyers since the wave 4 here, and we start to look for higher prices starting from that signal here. and we are looking to a potential diagonal towards the upside. However, this strong signals here as a bearish, it tells us as well that this might be the end of the structure and we might still look for something lower. Now, so far, we didn't yet took any even, we didn't took any even weak signal for a bullish, right? On the daily, I mean, look how much this is strong. The strongest signal is at 84 candles before in the history. Therefore, it means like 3 months, since 3 months, this is the strongest selling point, right? However, we did not see any stronger, even, okay, until the 8-9 candles. This is a very weak, okay. This is a very, very weak signal. I mean, of course, at 8 candles, look what we get. A little bit bullish here, but boom, drop again. And we did not took any stronger yet. So these signals are very, very strong in comparison with this. All right. If we go to the 4-hour chart as well, of course, we see here a strong signal maybe, but still the strongest are for the sellers in this top area. We didn't get yet any very, very strong here. Okay, we got to look, this is a very important. We took a signal, right, as a bullish, and then we made this trend towards the upside. Now it went down directly, even without reaching a stronger signal of bearish. And that means something, guys, that this is very strong. This is a very strong point area where you are looking for more downside, of course. And here we go. This is the signal that you got it like. So imagine that this bullish signal is at 50 or 49, right? And then a bearish signal of 21 could bring it very down again. Therefore, and we did not got any bullish signal, strong bullish signal yet on the 4-hour chart, unless on the 13, which is not very, very strong again. So once we get now a bearish signal on the 4-hour chart, it might bring us back down, guys. And this is very close, because this 13 candle signal is not even stronger than this. So yeah, we might see some, of course, reversal. As you can see here on the 1-hour chart, the strongest is for the bearish. And of course, this gives us a signal that, let's see how much stronger it is. Okay, here we go. Yeah, at 38. Okay. And of course, we are still looking for one more. Once we close this candle at the 1 hour, we're gonna get a stronger bearish signal, and it might continue down or a little bit up. It doesn't matter. However, the signals, as you can see on the 1 hour chart, look at the bearish is going down even, while even also the bullish are going towards the downside, and that gives you the trend as well, direction, guys. So if we're getting even lower bullish signals and even lower bearish signals, therefore we are looking for lower. Therefore, I was mentioning, of course, after checking as well the indicator before the analysis. So therefore, I tend a little bit to be more bearish, and possibly, guys, we are gonna be in a contracting diagonal, right? Now, of course, let us first finish the wave E as a triangle. If we break this price here, right, this zone, therefore we are in a contracting diagonal towards the downside, and this will open, of course, more bearish scenarios. So that was it for the indicator analysis. I hope that you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to press the like button. It means a lot for me, guys, because of course, it can spread and help the channel to move on, right? Very simple. Thank you very much for your support always and your kind words in the comments. All the people and the lovely people that they support me, especially MG. He's always active and always motivates me with his kind word. Thank you, MG, always. See you in the next one. Bye bye.